Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Someone said that in this world you don't have only to pay attention to your actions so you don't get in trouble, but you have to pay attention to other fucking idiots not hurting you, so you have to pay attention of your actions and other people's actions that might hurt you. Well, that was my father, so let's move on. We have an article here having to do with that artificially created country of Moldova. Yes, it's an artificial created country. Why? Listen to this. 1940, Stalin, Soviet Union, told Romania, hey Romania, I will give you an ultimatum. That means if you don't do what I say, I will send my tanks and armies and get it. And Romania says, what? Yeah, you're gonna give us Moldova. Okay, so they gave them half of Moldova to the Soviet Union, which was incorporated in the Soviet Union as a socialist, Soviet, whatever, Moldova. And after 1991, when Soviet Union disintegrated, that country did not come back to Romania. It became an independent country. How in the fuck you became an independent country? Anyway, not that I wanted to come to Romania, because they're so corrupt over there that from one corrupt regime, which is the Moldovans, to the other corrupt regime, which is the Romanians, would be like useless. But let's go. Here is an article from Sputnik, not from Putnik, from Sputnik, from today, which is the 23rd of October 2022. Over 90,000 protesters joined opposition rally in Kishinev, organizers say. Now this protesters, these rallies occurred in the past month, and they were against the government's, bad policies that, had the Moldovans or the Romanians living in Moldova, I will call them that way, lowering their standards of living and all that. Moldova tries a duplicitary war policy, trying to get into the European Union and NATO and all that, and they hate the Russians or the Soviets, whatever they hate, nevertheless. So, more than 90,000 people joined the protest against Moldova's government, although the actual scale is hard to gauge as people have been separated into two files by police cordons. The vice president of the SOR opposition party, Marina Tauber, said on Sunday. Tauber, that's not a Romanian name whatsoever. Must be Jewish, who cares? I mean, you got Jews everywhere. Now, and I'm quoting, more than 90% people came to protest against the authorities, Tauber said at the event. What? The name is Tauber. It's not Russian, it's not Romanian. What is this? Okay. The organizers have requested the authorities permission to hold an indefinite protest on the Great National Assembly Square outside the government's house. However, they were advised to move the park near the parliament as an agriculture fair has been set up and blah blah blah. The SOR party has denied these allegations. The police have issued a warning the protesters are gearing up for clashes and provocations, probably. And then the SOR party has denied these allegations, saying that the authorities are annoyed by such gatherings, so they, quote unquote, imbue fear in Moldovans and discourage them from taking to the streets. And I'm quoting, the SOR party flatly rejects all accusations by the interior minister that it is plotting to destabilize the situation at today's protests against poverty and crisis caused by the party of action and solidarity, the organizers said in a statement. The party called on activists to respect public order and remain on guard against potential provocations of the police and Moldovan authorities. The protesters attempted to march along the capital's main avenue to the square, but were blocked by the police 2 blocks short of the destination. After an unsuccessful attempt to break the cordon, the demonstrators decided to rally right where they were stopped. So, the main idea is that we have a lot of outside interference I'm taking in the policies, interior policies of Moldova. And I will not be surprised to hear that the Russians are involved, the Western countries are involved, and who else? Who knows? The thing is, remember the 2014, the protests in Ukraine, where you had the outside countries, the outside influences getting involved in the overthrowing of a legitimate, democratically elected government of Viktor Yanukovych. After that government was overthrown, it was recognized by the organizers. Now, I don't know if you are familiar with where Moldova is. Moldova, part of Moldova, is located in the eastern border of Romania, and on the east it has Transnistria and it has Ukraine. Southern part of Moldova, from Moldova to the Black Sea, was taken and given to Ukraine, like many other territories that Ukraine was given and formed as a country along the, 20th century. We can talk about Bukovina, we can talk about Crimea, we can talk about Transcarpathia, we can talk about Hungary, we can talk Poland. There's a lot of countries that were taken territories and given to Ukraine. And that's how Ukraine was formed in 1918, and with the future acquisitions of territories from Romania and others. Russia, or how should I put it? Socialist Soviet Republic of Russia, or something like that. In 1954, if you remember, Khrushchev took Crimea and gave it to Ukraine, and that's why Ukraine has claims over Crimea now, because it was taken by Khrushchev, who was not a Russian, by the way, and he was given like that. And then the Russian says, wait a minute, this is ours. No, it's ours from 1954. Well, how about before that? And if you agree with the Ukrainian statements, then you agree with the so-called Indian Americans, Native Americans here in the United States. They say, oh, this is our land, it was stolen. Well, remember, each and every tribe that some European settlers found here, probably that was not the original land of those Indian Americans. They took it from other tribes, and those tribes took it from other tribes, and other tribes, and other tribes. So all these lands that some European settlers found in North America were already taken by the Indians that lived here, and took it from other Indians, and took it from other Indians, and took it from other Indians. So when they say it's our land, no, I don't think so. All right, maybe it was those guys that were replaced by those guys, replaced by those guys, replaced by those guys, and then were replaced by the guys who had more power. So it's about power, not about this is my land, you can't take it. Yeah, okay, great theory, but practice. Now, what's going to happen in Moldova? Moldova wants to be a European country in the European Union and a NATO member. It's a very corrupt and very, very bad economic situation is in Moldova. I think it has 3.5 million people or so it's a city, and it's situated over there where it's in between. They don't even know what exactly they are in between. They are Russians, they are Ukrainians, they are Romanians, no, they are Moldovans. Yeah, what exactly you have as a Moldovan? Anyway, not going to get into that. It's a fight on that, and I'm expecting things to happen more than the 90,000 that Sputnik claims gathered and protested. I'm assuming there's going to be a lot of things developing in the Republic of Moldova. The Republic of Moldova, I suggest, would be the easiest way, but they don't want, because you have clubs, you have mafia areas. So why would the mafiosis from Moldova say, you know what, if we would say let's unify with Romania again, go back to where we belong, and then automatically we'll be part of the European Union, automatically we'll be part of NATO. No, because the bosses do not agree with that. So then why would they want to be the boss of a little neighborhood to a non-boss of a city? So they rather be a little boss of a little town or a little neighborhood than being a nobody in a big town, because once they're going to go back to Romania, there will be other clubs and other mafiosis. They're going to say, bang, 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 that's my territory from now on, you move on. So why would they want to do that? That's the way things are ran over there. You don't believe me? Just stay over there in Romania or in Moldova about 6 months and figure things out. All right? Don't visit. Visit is one thing. Living there, it's a way different thing. So, Moldova somehow can't survive as a country, needs to be either incorporated in some other country, like, or eventually run from that incorporation into some other incorporation, which means NATO or European Union, as the artificially created country of Moldova or part of Romania. I suggest, actually, I don't care, because they're anyway weasels anyway. So whatever they decide, they decide. I hope people don't die, but they will, because that's the way we are. We take things by force and then we try to justify it by virtue and all that. You know how the world is ran, right? Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.